Welcome back, my dark minions, to the Dark Void, ruled by me, 951. And today we're back to another, WTF news, the reactions thing. Like I said, at this point, like I said, I don't know what to call this. Like, there's so much news everywhere these days that I don't even know what to even call this one anymore. But either way, it doesn't matter. Today we're going to be watching, and yes, more Vshojo news. I know. We're all gonna, well, not all of us are gonna tired. Actually, some of us have got reinvigorated after the last time. But yeah, today we're going to be watching for more Vshojo news by the great False ID. And just to let you know, we're not going to watch the entire video. We're just going to go watch until Hololive starts coming up. And after that, I'll basically end it right there. But if you want to watch the full video without my beautiful voice, you may watch it. You may go to the links to watch yourselves, alright? Okay, so if you don't know, Vshojo company, we've all trusted. We all were brainwashed. I was brainwashed. I kept denying it. I freaking knew that. Now I know the truth, and now they're gone. And now the former members are currently in a legal battle against basically against Gunrun and plus possibly other employees, for at least getting some recompense, some sort of something out of this, to get something out of what's left of Vshojo and anyone else. Because right now I don't think they'll be able to get the money out of them. It's just what they can get now. Because I don't know what's happening. Okay, so either way, we're going to be continuing on. False, take it away, and we'll see what's going on in this situation. Alright.
What did he know? That's the question being asked today. As
that's what I wondered. Oh, so this is like 4 days ago.
5 weeks ago by their CEO, the government
5 weeks?
is coming after numerous allegations from their talents regarding misappropriating
Sorry for the feedback as well.
Them and also charity. And alongside we have one of their founders, MTD, recently tweeting out, "Let's talk about my time at Vshojo," and then linking to a Google document.
You were part of this.
Noted, reading.
I have to say this. You were part of this. You knew what was happening. You knew. No, unless you have some, there's no way you didn't know. And plus, you also, just like what he says, you also harassed and defamed Vshojo talents. There is nothing you can say. I mean, even if you do reveal some other secrets, you're still involved in this Motin, Batin, whatever you call yourself. Seriously, you cannot run away from this. You can't put up a shield. Alright, sorry.
Du has actively harassed and defamed Vshojo talents during his time. He has not addressed any of this in his document. The first of those ex-Vshojo talents speaking out about Moten Du being Vebe, saying of him that he had been reprimanded for being creepy to the VTubers and was told to no longer message them privately. Vebe also remarking, "I have proof from other streamers attending their IRL parties that MTD would actively S-talk me after I left the company." This being backed up by another
exactly. This is the mayor's. Once again, I'm going to say this. That why didn't I see this? No, look. Silverbarrel and Vebe leaving at the same time. To me, I did not think of that in my head because I thought, oh, they're just leaving. They're moving on their own thing. It's just this time for them to move on. They decided this. In my head, I knew that something was going on, but like I said, my brain was trying to come up with some excuses. Even when the Natasha Nyanners left, my brain still tried to come up with some form of explanation, and I still believed Vshojo. I literally was so brainwashed that I literally was trying to make up I was trying to make up so many excuses to keep my belief in Vshojo. I should have seen the signs, but I refused to believe it. I blame myself for not like at least setting up an alarm, letting everyone know, or at least letting people know, hey, at Vshojo, something's happening in Vshojo. We got people leaving. In my head, I just don't know. It did not click. I kept ignoring it. I just didn't want to have my feelings change. I should have known at that point. I should have known. Sorry, I'm reiterating something I said in the video, but yeah, I should have known. I should have known why I did it. Ugh.
Tweeting out, MTG had the audacity to talk S about you to my face at a party the year that we all left, and painted you as some kind of conniving, greedy, mean girl. This Vshojo co-founder also accused by other VTubers, forcing both alcohol and illegal substances on them at farewell parties. This co-founder reacting to the news that was revealed about Vshojo week.
Oh yeah, this day. Yes, this one. Shut up, man. Man, seriously, shut up, man. We all know you were involved in this situation. You should have stayed quiet. Basically, you tried to freaking try to play ball. Oh, man, yo, what the heck happened? I almost said a freaking slur right there. I almost said a bad word. Wait, slur? Is it bad words a slur now? Is bad words? I don't know anymore. The people keep coming up with different ones. But yeah, man, you literally freaking joined in on the fun. I mean, join in on us basically going after Vshojo because you thought no one would notice, and you thought, oh well, if I do this, then they'll know that wasn't what everyone knew you were part of this. You were a founder. You were part of this. Oh, I'm losing concentration. I wasn't gonna pause it, but this is just continue.
Simply with, nah bro, what the absolute F to the gun run. A tweet having since been community noted and now
you're included.
Deleted by Moten Do.
Oh, I bet.
Now sending out this document entitled My Time at Vshojo, saying I have spent the following month gathering countless documents and what I had access to in order to have a clear, concise record of my involvement with the company and have provided a small fraction. Potentially opening themselves up to a subpoena by the VTubers of Vshojo themselves.
Yeah, I bet.
Saying this: if anyone affected needs testimony or other material assistance with actions against Vshojo, I am more than willing to do what I can to assist. I may have documentation or
what have you done, man?
I'm happy to see what I have. MTD also confirming his ownership in the company, saying I have also considered taking my own shareholder action against the company, which I won't roll out at this time.
You just after yourself.
I also have to consider action against those that have engaged in defamation against my character, although I am hopeful that we can resolve those matters privately and amicably. Once again,
I'm going to say this right now. He just effed himself in the foot right now. And I know League of Minds, I don't know if League of Minds made a video of this, but if I know him, if I know League of Minds, he would just say, dude, you just admitted and just opened yourself up. Like what? Sorry, I ate a burger like an hour ago, and fries and soda. Sorry, I had a burger. Okay, whatever. If I know League of Minds would say, and also we already heard Falsity say that he just basically admitted stuff, and now he's like basically opened himself up. I'm not a lawyer, but I do know that once you admit yourself, it's pretty much your end sentence. Especially when you already are known to been a part of the situation. So you're basically just ending your entire reputation. The moment you just admitted, so if you needed help, I'll let you know. The people, he must think, I don't know what the heck this guy, Mountain Mud, whatever, a disgrace to the drink, basically thought this was a good idea. Because now he's going to have to deal with everyone going after him to say, hey, I need evidence, and he has no choice but to provide it. And what's worse is that people are going to go after him because he admitted that he was a part of it. He says he didn't know about the thing on the bottom part, but I highly doubt he didn't know. Now, if he really didn't know, that means Gunner really, cut everyone off from him. But I highly doubt that he'll be safe after he admitted that, he's been doing all this defamation, all that stuff, before this entire stuff blew up. It's going to be a big day for Mount Mountain Dew.
There's VTubers coming out about this particular co-founder of Vshojo, and that line regarding defamation being potentially aimed at them. Here in bold on the document,
there you go.
Moten Do remarking, that being said, I was never made aware that talent funds were intermingled with the company's operating expenses.
We don't know that.
Extremely limited financial access, only for small marketing approvals, never broader accounts or operations. I've never had access to bank accounts, nor was made aware in meetings about the way finances were being used. What I had been made aware of is that the company was running out of money and needed another round of investment to continue operation. As far as my understanding, the only individuals who had access to company bank accounts were the CEO, the COO, and the finance department. Moten Do exiting the company a full 2 months before its closure.
Look, I'm going to say this right now. Him leaving before Vshojo was about to go down, something tells me he knew something was up in the company. There is no reason why he would leave 2 months before this entire stuff went down. Either he knew or he knew something was about to happen. So I don't know what's going on, but Moten Do, whatever your freaking name is, there is no way you did not know. You either have heard this somewhere or you did not. Or actually, you might have. I'll give you the benefit. I'll give you a little bit of doubt, a benefit here, because I don't know. We don't know yet. But after everything's happened, I highly doubt he didn't know any sort of inkling about what's happening. I said I'll give him a benefit of doubt, but I'll say this, but I won't. I'll give him a little bit to try to prove it, because if he didn't actually know, all right. But I highly doubt he didn't. Something happened. He knew something that was going on in Vshojo. He knew something.
15. Yeah. And in this document, remarking, had I become aware of financial issues, I would have exited the company immediately and began to speak with legal counsel and to talent about the misuse of their funds. MTD further tried to explain his role within the company, saying the 2 titles in the company
we need evidence here.
Assigned were CTO, Chief Technology Officer, and later CMO, Chief Marketing Officer. Change in position was due to an internal company pivot in which the directors of the company assigned the role of CTO to another staff member and subsequently assigned myself to CMO.
What?
He further remarking, I was assigned these titles, but recently discovered it's not entirely clear if these titles were legally or formally recognized. In terms of seniority, I was not on the board of directors despite assisting in launching the company.
As far as we know, this all his
the entire
his
remote
accounts.
And no in-person office was ever in use. Further in the document, MTD would present a State of California Statement of Information Corporation form and saying, upon recent investigation on registered documents from the company that have been unearthed, I do not know now if I was ever legally considered CMO or any officer title. The statement of information listing 2 officers, one of them being the gun run, and above him, Daniel Sanders, aka APEC, the listed Chief Financial Officer for Vshojo, who had joined the gun run and Moten Do on stage at Vshojo Next back in 2022 during their Anime Expo presentation. Moten Do saying initially when launching the company, I blindly put my trust into these people that they were doing everything correct in terms of structure and finance. In hindsight, that trust
now he's
was
just trying to cover his butt now.
Adding below, I've also attached a series of screenshots of documents from a failed merger in 2024 that only lists the CEO and the COO as officers and members of the board. That does not include any mention of myself within the company structure. Once again,
okay, I'm gonna say this right now. He's just right now, since now that everything's falling apart, he's now trying to basically defend it, trying to basically he's trying to cause as much trying to cause as much as my mouth is dry. Much distance from this whole fiasco right now, so that way people would think that he's safe, but reality he's already outed himself already. He's basically gonna get taken. Basically, right now he's just giving us his point of view, so we don't really know what he could still be lying on the fact that he didn't know. So we don't really know in the end. So we just need to wait for, like, you know, if he basically were the information, the investigations and everything to see whether or not he's telling the truth. Either way, even if he didn't know exactly what's happening, he is still involved in this whole situation. He was helping trying to defame the other members that left. He was literally causing problems. So even in the end, he can still be liable for those things. I'm not a lawyer, but that's how I see it. Now, like I say, he's trying to cover his butt. And also, back on the topic, he's trying to cover his freaking butt cheeks right now. He's trying his best so that way he doesn't get as much damage here in the situation. I don't know what will happen, but I do know he may be seeing legal actions against him as well. There's no way he's going to get out of this.
APEC and the gun run mentioned here, including even golden parachute provisions.
Oh my God!
Bringing us over to Batty,
what's up?
As someone who works with these government documents on a daily basis, I feel like it's a little deceptive to claim you aren't an officer.
Yeah, there you go. Here it is.
Because you aren't listed on the statement of information or other documents provided. The statement of information is only required to list the CEO, CFO,
now, are you a lawyer?
and secretary.
Hello, Betty.
And typically, only the CEO and a secondary officer will sign a stock option agreement. While
we're learning here.
Officers would potentially only need to be listed on an officer officer's certificate. That he further remarking, I'm not an expert on these things.
Okay, got
I'm not making any claims about the validity of Moten Du's statement.
Got it.
Just pointing out that the proof provided is a little misleading. Further,
that's what I said. He's just trying to cover his butt.
If I was always unfairly sidelined in terms of role and influence from within the company, any criticisms I had always felt as if they fell on deaf ears, and as time went on, the staff expanded, and I felt more and more sidelined in the company.
But still,
the company more or less began to feel like an employee that just did marketing and a few other tasks when needed, as opposed to someone who assisted in getting everything off the ground. Saying further, there were many projects and pivots that I learned about only after they were in motion.
We're listening.
By the board, things such as a pivot to a social media style website service at one point and a full company merger, both of which I strongly opposed, are amongst a few examples where I would be notified subsequently to the work beginning. There were many times where I was asked to sign documents without adequate time to get them reviewed by an attorney and told that it could potentially lead to my removal from the company. In the final years of the company, I did not directly speak with the CEO one-on-one in any capacity, only the COO weekly. MTD further,
like I said, we don't really know for sure.
And the aftermath, remarking on May 1st of 2025, I was called into a sudden meeting with members of the board where I was informed that my alleged position of CMO, MTD now saying this was an alleged position,
alleged.
Again earlier in the document, confirming he is a shareholder in the company, saying that his alleged position of CMO was being removed from the company along with 4 other employee positions, one of which was being the financial manager as a cost-cutting measure. It was also conveyed to me that the
like
COO
I said, is all his point of view.
Reasons. It was agreed upon that the statement I would make publicly would be written in a way to make the departure look more favorable for the company and myself, so as to not raise any alarm bells about the health of the company or create speculation. Given my growing distrust with the board up to this point due to talent departures, I have recorded notes and transcripts from these meetings that I have retained from my records, but potentially records that could be subpoenaed by the actual attorneys for the VTubers themselves.
Sorry, it's ad
the
there.
Company Moten Du would reach back out on July 2nd, remarking, I have a pretty large forward-facing thing I'm working on this month that is slated for late July and early August. Can you keep me up to date on anything large-scale that might be happening at Vshojo around that time? Whether good or bad, company dissolution, new members joining, members leaving, company sale, etc. Need to have all that on my radar in case I need to move times and things around. 8 days later, the gun run responding, hey MTD, connecting you with Do Blank, this name being partially blanked out. He's been taking over for more Vshojo leadership things and can keep you better up to speed. MTD 5 days later saying, so doing a check-in if there's going to be any upcoming negative news or the like over the next 30 or so days so I can prepare in advance as I look to launch a new public-facing project in that window. This new individual replying, I'd say the answer is probably yes. One way or another, there's going to be some negative stuff publicly.
There you go.
I can't say what.
Okay, right now we're getting some more information here.
When the allegations of these funds being misappropriated were made public, this individual would further reach out to Moten Du saying, well, Mouse, that being Iron Mouse, just posted a thing without any advance notice.
Well, because you didn't care.
Heads up. As if Iron Mouse, in any form or function, was responsible for alerting Vshojo to the message that she would be sending out. Misappropriating funds to both her and $1 million owed to charity. MTD.
They want to make sure that the money that the money they stole, that basically the message will go through them. I'm proud of Mouse from doing that. I'm gonna say I'm proud that Mouse literally went ahead and made that video, so that way everybody knows the truth. I'm proud of her because it takes real cojones to basically go against a company who basically has a lot of power. As far as I know, I don't know how much power Vshojo had. Power, because you know how companies are. If the moment you go against them, they will do whatever it takes to basically take you down. And I'm glad that Mouse did not shy away and gave us all the information, so that way everybody can look at what the heck is going on. I'm proud of Mouse, and I'm happy for her. And I'm glad that everything that's happened is turning up for her. And everything that's happened is well-deserved by Vshojo, for them to get, like, basically disillusioned. They get destroyed and everything, you know. I'm glad. I'm happy for you, Mouse. And I'm sorry that I was one of the brainwashed people. Like I said, I feel like I'm that horn dude from Inquisition, from Dragon Age Inquisition. Like I said, I'm sorry. Look, I wish I knew. Even though I was small, I wish I known. Even though I wasn't part of it, I wish I still had known. I don't know what he said in that game. Somebody commented me on that one. But I do know that I wish I had known this earlier. I wish I was not blinded and brainwashed by Vshojo. I wish I was not, because if I knew, I would have tried to like, hey, like something's going on, Vshojo. I'm not saying much, but it just feels something's going on. I wish I had a feeling. I just ignored it. Oh, all right, back on topic. Sorry. All right, and I'm like I said, once again, I'm proud of Mouse for freaking taking like putting that video up and not going to the company because they would have censored it beyond belief, and they would have tried to do some stuff. Probably could have removed Mouse, from which I think might have caused even more, some situation happening. But either way, I'm glad for Mouse for standing up.
I'm conveniently saying, can I get some context here, as this is the first I'm hearing about any of this. This individual, again, conveniently responding, Vshojo owes a lot of money to talent. I don't know when you were involved with the company, but it's been an ongoing known issue for a year, and the charity payment is related. Adding, Vshojo ran out of money some time ago and has been operating with what was supposed to be talent money, hence causing the current situation. MTD responding, I was never made aware of this being an issue from both CEO
as far as he knows.
COO. I was aware there was financial issues, but not outstanding payment, especially for charity. This unknown individual replying to Moten Do with, I've been here 3.5 weeks, so I'm just learning and navigating through this as best I can. MTD reiterating the evidence retained, and that could be potentially subpoenaed, along with ending the document with, I was made aware that the company needed investments, but not that talent funds were
like I said, as far as we know.
Reaction's not exactly being kind to
exactly
MTD, as also associated with Vshojo.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There was no way he didn't know. Something said fishy here. Something's fishy here. And right now he's probably just talking to him as, oh wait, what? Oh. And was trying to cover his butt during this conversation, like trying to make it, oh, do you know, if I talk like I don't know, that people will get this evidence and then they will say that I had no idea. There is no way. It's something fishy. He's playing this game. Moten Do, he's playing this freaking game right now. He's probably already knew that, oh, something was going on, because he left 2 months before. He knew something. I don't know what he did, what he knows, but he knew something. Okay, sorry. Back on topic.
Was Hidden Leaf Games back on March 13th of 2024, making this collaboration announcement.
Wait, when was this?
Vshojo announcing their collaboration on developing a game using the VTuber personalities within Vshojo. Hidden Leaf Games seemingly now no longer existing.
What the heck happened?
Also no longer
what happened?
And also now returning after a full month of hiatus. Project Melody. They're saying, "Rar, I've returned. Chapters are aligned, goals are clear, and I'm ready for a new chapter." Melody kicking off.
Hey, I'm happy for you, Melody.
On the 3 main adult sites, still not yet returning to Twitch.tv. And seemingly at this time, still aligned to attend Vexpo.
What's
for
that
her
tail
meet and
doing?
Greet session.
Wait, where do you plug that in, Melody?
A new collab song and returning to collab with other VTubers.
Hey, that's what I like. We're seeing the Vshojo finally being free, and now they can collab with anybody now. Like I said, I was wondering why the Vshojo were not collabing as much. I would have saw. I mean, have you noticed that? As I more and more saw after this situation, the more I saw the videos of Vshojo ever since they appeared, like a certain point, they haven't been collabing with other VTubers as much, right? Do you get it? Do you hear that? If you think about it, were they? I was not, like, seriously, my brain is trying to remember all the times they collab with other VTubers that were not part of Vshojo. Rarely do they do, right? Somebody let me know in the comments. By the way, I'm glad now all these members can call up with anyone they want, and hopefully that they can call up with their basic people that, unfortunately, Vshojo made them alienate. Because I really don't want to see, like, this, basically, all these members, like, come back and do their own thing, and then basically have these former, friends and former friends that they had, like, not, like, enjoy, basically not collab with them, be friends with them again, because that would be just a sad thing to basically, because this company forced them to not, collab with anyone else because whatever. Sorry about that. Continue on.
with this message from Micro in regards to the InfiniKeys collaboration. This company remarking, we are still awaiting to hear from Vshojo concerning any updates on the sale and their plan to either refund the orders or move forward to producing and fulfilling them. Surprisingly, who has returned to Twitch.tv is Amamiya Nazuna, formerly of Vshojo, saying, I had so much fun streaming on Twitch. I'll be streaming again soon. I'll be streaming regularly from now on. Still... And saying of the entire Vshojo situation, Nazuna hasn't been paid for her merchandise sales either. So I wonder if she won't be paid in the future either. She has no money. Adding, but the Vshojo Japan staff helped me out a lot, and I trust the JP staff. So I think Nazuna should be careful in the future. I'll do my best, even if I'm alone. Also further having issues regarding merchandise and
what do you believe? What do you hear?
Regarding her merchandise.
Whether
last few weeks have been very
she's talking about or not. I'm sorry.
Going on behind the scenes. Unfortunately, I can.
Sorry. I was trying to talk something, but I decided, you want? I'll just be quiet about that one. Nazuna, whether you keep following or not, that's your own prerogative. I'm not saying anything more than that. It just maybe it has something to do with Vshojo, but let's let it be. Okay, let's go talk to Henya.
Confirmed that Vshojo will not be fulfilling any of the outstanding merchandise in my community. I am truly heartbroken.
Yeah, I bet.
Vshojo collected all the money from sales and pre-orders of my merch, but misused the funds without my knowledge or consent. To be clear, I wasn't paid from any of these sales. Some pre-ordered merch wasn't even manufactured at all.
Oh my God.
If you have any orders for my merch that haven't been fulfilled, I encourage you to speak with your credit card provider about a chargeback.
Yeah.
Other towns may have been
exactly.
arrangements with Vshojo, so please also check the town's announcements for any unfulfilled merch.
Yeah, because this is just bad.
Circumstances beyond our control, we can't ship the Henya Bunnyversary merch. We're truly sorry for the inconvenience. As thanks and apology, we prepared exclusive digital content for purchasers. Please fill out the enclosed form by August 30th, JST. And things have not been easy for Henya this month, responding to imposters trying to solicit her model, responding to them with, hello, actual model owner here, Dio. You are not the person who made my model, so please delete this post, Dio. Thank you, Dio. And also alerting us that she would not be streaming due to this.
Oh my God.
My mom was taken to the hospital by ambulance, and I don't know the situation yet.
Oh
Later,
my God.
updating that her mother will be staying in the hospital for a while, but she's okay.
Oh, good on her. Good on her.
I'm so relieved. Well,
I'm relieved too.
Would remark that she is ashamed that she ever trusted Vshojo.
I know.
Thank you guys for all the kindness.
Especially with their past life. Sorry that happened. Like I said, especially what happened in her past life.
On stream remarking that the Gecko onesie had not sold enough units, and that this VTuber was potentially looking at a $30,000 bill, having been made aware by Vshojo of any minimum order requirement. Dentrea then moving forward simply to cancel those orders. As further remarking on the issues with Vshojo
getting out of more and more out of control,
especially regarding the rights to the music that she had created during her time with Vshojo.
The rights.
The music rights potentially still aligning to Vshojo instead of going to her. Still, Iron Mouse would move on.
First of all, since the company is now destroyed and gone, does that mean that she automatically owns that now? How does that even work? If a company gets to I actually now I think, how does that even how does that even work? I've seen other companies, and for some reason they still hold the rights to it, even though they get taken out of business. And for some reason they still have the rights. Shouldn't they basically automatically have to sell them off? Sell them off to pay off their stuff, or to just let it out in the wild because they no longer have the rights. Man, my mouth is so dry. They no longer have the rights to it because their company's gone. How does that even work? I mean, seriously, that makes no sense. Sorry.
With her 8th anniversary. That's right.
Hey.
Years as a VTuber, showing off this new model by way.
All right, let's end this off with some good news.
By Epiby. And that's not all. As recently, Rolling Stone published an article of the 25 most influential creators.
Hey.
Iron Mouse at number 17.
Nice.
Rolling Stone replying to Mouse with a red heart, and the Immune Deficiency Foundation.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Very well deserved.
Like I said, once again, I'm proud of her.
Merch can now be found in select Hot Topics.
Hey.
Herself can soon be seen at the Pixel Expo. This event coming up
Hot Topic.
September 13th and
realize
14th in Australia. And while Mouse is soon set to visit Perth, she can also be seen here. Starforge Systems now announcing we're excited to welcome Iron Mouse to Starforge as a partner stream.
Very nice, very nice.
Making Iron Mouse PC. Apari Art also celebrating 8 years of Mouse, complete with this apparel line and letting us know that
we'll end it off with some
good
news. I think we're about to end this part.
Mouse throughout this month having other issues as VTube Clips, one of the
You should just start
numerous
raising it.
channels that the VTuber Numi has warned her followers about using incorrect lines on thumbnails and misleading thumbnails.
Yeah, exactly.
As
People
now
calm
further
down.
began to involve Vshojo talent. All the while, Iron Mouse also battling imposters on TikTok. Iron Mouse here with, hey TikTok, this person is not me. They keep restreaming my streams.
God dang it, they're still having problems with it.
This is the second account they have made pertaining to be.
Are you serious?
Tried reporting, yet this account is still up doing this. This account, thankfully, having since been removed from the platform. And now back onto the topic of Vshojo talents.
Okay, here you go.
Not only helped create an original song as inspired by K-pop Demon Hunters,
hey, it's cool.
Releasing a cover from the K-pop Demon Hunters movie titled
Bao and Morgan
teaming up with both Bao and Calliope.
Nice.
This cover set to release this Friday, August 29th. Amelie updating us, not my cover of Your Idol being so popular and used on TikTok that people are calling it AI.
Oh my God.
Circle for real, for real. And the same day also stating, over the past couple of months, I've really lost faith in so many companies and so many individuals. But for as much bad as I've seen, the love has been double. So I'm just thankful for at least that. Thank you for keeping me afloat.
I'm glad too. I'm glad for you guys too.
TP talent meant to debut in Vshojo before the closure of the actual company.
Oh yeah, this girl.
Month remarking, I pray there will be a day where I don't wake up thinking about Vshojo and go to bed thinking about Vshojo. Further sharing, I signed up for therapy today. I've always done it on
I hope everything goes well.
I'm sure I could do it this time too, but not gonna lie, this whole situation did a pretty big number.
It's unfortunate. I mean, you had, like I said, you have, dude. This is so sad because you have to realize that Vshojo was a pillar, and then everyone supported it, and people like POP literally had faith, just like me, had faith in the company, and have this all blow up in their faces really hits you hard. I tried in the first video I made, I was so calm, and after watching Noble of Lost Pause video, I just realized that wait, hold that thought, why the heck am I like so calm? Which is why the next day I made the video and then I just popped off because I was just so pissed because I just realized how much brainwashing I just had. And plus, for people like POP who basically had faith, this is going to hit them hard because they were going to be joining a company that they thought they had faith in. Me, I was pissed, and I literally went off. She's going to be basically have to deal with her, deal with her unfortunate emotional things. Like she just said she probably may be going to therapy. I don't know if she really went to therapy. I'm just saying. But yeah, she's going to have to get through this because she was literally basically probably excited to join Vshojo. To basically happy, and then have this blown in her face. It's so sad. POP, keep up the good work, Slime Girl. Keep it up. And don't worry, all this will pass, and we all can basically when finally the dust settles, and that this thing happening with Vshojo finally is done, we can basically finally leave it behind in our back mirrors, and just move on with our lives. Finally, and away from this whole mess. We're all probably going to do one last videos, talk about the situations, but until then, we're just gonna keep going strong here. All right, POP, keep it up. Don't stop making content. Oh man, sorry about that.
And well wishes. Clarifying to those that were not in the know, we were supposed to debut in the summer, but it was delayed.
Oh yeah.
Actually, still assigned talent at Vshojo.
Yeah, like I said,
the legal things still being sorted.
Yeah, like I didn't know.
Now running with this name.
Yeah, Vshojo Monster Girls.
These talents and
like I said, I did not know these three girls were going to be part of Vshojo. Well, at least Beasties pronounced Beasties. Yep. Hey, why not? The lost Vshojo monsters. Oh man, it's so sad to basically find out that there was actually members supposed to be debuting, and then now, oh, that's not going to happen. But I'm glad these two are going to keep going. Like I said, I had faith in Vshojo.
To originally launch as the Vshojo Monster Girl Gen, one of those individuals being Tori Oriane. Earlier this month, remarking Vshojo has taken so much away from so many people, not even just the talent or the undebuted talents, such as myself, but also from the fans.
You bet.
Waiting for Vshojo merchandise you've purchased to be fulfilled. Please check your respective creators for announcements. You may need to request a bank chargeback. Tori now showing off this look, complete with a full reference sheet. As tonight, the Beasties will be joining Jaden Animation, PP, saying it's now payback time. And lastly, with Vshojo, we also have Kaysan remarking, when I looked into it, I found that the unpaid amount from Vshojo was more than the total prize money
wow.
for Evo 2025. This is no laughing matter.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
Kaysan would be laughing alongside Sayu and Fillion.
Hey!
Truth or Dab challenge with those two. And now we're checking in with Hall Live English.
Okay. And with that, I guess that's the end there. So I'm going to end it there. If you want to watch the rest of the video, I will leave the link down below for you guys to watch it. But yeah, I'm glad that everything's still going strong and they're able to move on. And like I said, it's such a sad thing that Vshojo caused so much pain. That all of us still have to deal with this situation. As a fan, I'm still upset the fact that they did this. And also, I'm still upset at the fact that this legal battle is taking so long. Now, that's just me. Because I would have thought this entire thing would have been done by now. We would have gone to lawyers, everything would have been done, and then basically Gunner had no choice but to deal with this situation alongside the members, the employees that were involved in this situation, and like, you know, have to deal with this in court. But then again, I forget, and that's just me. But then I remember that, of course, wait, this could take up who knows how long to get everything ready. The evidence, the subpoenas, the everything situation. Some of them may be trying to hide their things, and then we got trying to investigate the thing. There's like a whole shebang of stuff that needs to be done. So who knows how long before this gets settled. And it's just a sad thing that all of us have to keep dealing with this. How the fact that, yeah, gun runners right now, alongside whoever is involved, still free and able to walk around. Like nothing, like try and walk around. I am set as a former fan, because like I said, I had faith in them. I was congratulating them. I was so happy for them. I was so happy for the members. And as a man, and after hearing that, what happened with these mouse, I just like I said, second video I made, I just went off. Heck with that. I decided to freaking like wash my brain and just went off. But I'm glad that now everyone is starting to recover. Everyone's going through this, and we're all still going to continue on. Like, it's all like continue on with a whole new lease on life, continue on with a whole new stuff, and basically not have to deal with this. We're still gonna deal with this. I'm freaking mixing stuff up here. We're still gonna deal with the situation, but at least now we're all recovering. We're all trying to move on, and we're still gonna pay attention to the situation. And I hope the day does come where everything's finally done and we can move on. Finally. And I'm happy that all the Vshojo members, former Vshojo members, are now living their lives, doing their own thing, and continue on and basically recovering in their own ways to basically get their stuff running, to get their mental states up in there, so that way they can start, you know, streaming, doing their content, to get their brains in order, because this is like a big hit to the mental states. But either way, I hope they're doing great. Sorry. I'm glad that they're going great. I hope they continue on doing the stuff, and I hope they're still, like, you know, getting some stuff in their heads, putting stuff through their mental states, and hopefully be able to recover, so that way they can basically focus on their jobs right now. They're focused on the VTuber careers. So yeah, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments what you think about the situation. How long do you think this is going to happen? Do you think this will happen? Do you think this will end within the year? Or do you think this will go into 2026? That we're still going to have to deal with this? Let me know down in the comments. Or do you think everything's like, oh yeah, it's going to be being handled very soon? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what you think about the situation with Mountain, whatever his name is, situation. Do you think he's going to get hit by lawyers? Do you think he's going to get away with this? Or do you think he's going to be dragged in back here because he's trying to cover his butt? Because like I said, there's no way he didn't know some sort of inkling here. He's trying to cover his butt. The way this is happening, he must have known that and then tried to cover his butt. Right now, he's trying to cover it, like trying to, you know, lie his way through it. Like say, oh hey, I had no idea during those freaking comments right there. Just because we have that information doesn't mean he could have been just pretending. Alright? Okay, so like and share the video to help spread my influence, to basically glaze it everywhere, and to help my influence grow. Take that as you will. And also, don't forget to press the black bell button to be notified when my videos pop up. Because you know how YouTube is. She's not announcing my channel. And also, with the new system, I have no idea if my videos are going to be popping up anyway for you guys. So make sure you come to my channel once in a while to see it, alright? Especially if I forget to sometimes put up a video, alright? Either way, right now, my dark minions, dismissed!